That's directly to the west. I mean to the east, I meant to say. Duh. It's been a long night. Yeah, that's directly to the east, right? And now right up here to the about southwest, just over to my right from where I was just at. Right directly over to my right. Like if I was facing at that sun coming up to the east, the moon is right up there to my right shoulder, facing toward the sun coming up. Pretty wild. And the clouds is just amazing. I just flipped it over to the video camera to see if it would do any better than there's the hawk. I was just gonna say there was a hawk just was sitting in a tree right here in front of me, and I had neither camera ready to get a good picture of him or her squawking. But that was just it right there. It's over there behind the horses and behind that building. Down behind those big trees, the big oak trees. Like on the other side of the hill there, over behind that building there. Was sitting in that tree behind the power lines over here. What a beautiful sunrise. I was fixing coffee and I looked out before I started fixing coffee and the colors were amazing. Way beyond what it is right now. There were so many pinks and reds and oranges, so many different shades, magentas, and oh wow. Wanted to fix coffee first so I'd have coffee ready when I got done and come out by the time I got out here. I'd missed it. Yeah, that's to the east. We're gonna go right over here. You can see there, moon, right over to my right. That's the south. Basically, that's south. That's to the east. I mean, west. Duh. Yeah, that's to the west. Back to the moon, that's south. That's east. And all these wires and mess on this pole is to the north. Mr. Hawk, Mrs. Hawk, whichever. I think they're both over there. I think it's a pair of them. Because I heard one out that direction and the other one come from where you can hear that four-wheeler over to my left. It come from the left, which is north. It come from back in there and stopped at this tree and then went on towards where that other one had been squawking. To the right behind the horses down there. Everybody's off to chase this paper dollars. Monopoly money. The moon is wild because last night when I looked at the moon out there, the moon was actually, like that lit side of it was actually on the bottom. And it was out that direction, which is, again, the east. It come up about right in that vicinity. By the time I noticed it out there, actually it was in a vicinity of that dark gray cloud right where the tree line dips down the lowest, right in that direction there. that dark grayish colored cloud. The moon come up there, and the bottom lit half of it was basically, it was laying down. The lit side was down. Now you look at it today, this morning, just mere hours later, and it's basically almost not directly above, but yet if you were to use the sky as a clock face, that would be about 1 o'clock. And it's tipped up. It's done turned and rotated like a quarter turn. Because now it's the left side of it is actually lit instead of it being on the bottom. Yeah, it's wild. And now other nights, I can come out and the moon will be coming up right out the driveway across the street, which that is due direct west. Straight west. Because as you can see, I flip around the other way, 180 degrees, and there's the sun coming up from what they say, the east. Anymore, the lies that's been told, I'm wondering if that's not the west, and over here behind me is not the east. The sun come up in the west and set in the east. I mean, come up in the west and set in the east. Totally opposite of what we've been told. That's why I get tongue-tied when I'm sitting here trying to tell directions, because I think of all these other things all the time. Everything's basically upside down, inside out, and backwards. Yeah, I missed the best part of the sunrise until the big old rye ball comes up over those trees out there, which you can see it's getting a little spot of orange down at about the tree line, but it's gonna be a little while yet. So I'm gonna cut this off and maybe go grab a coffee and come back out in a little bit.